YouTube! What it do with y'all, man? I'm back in this bitch, man. Y'all see I'm already here. Man, we got some new shit going on, man. Short life of Raul Meza Torres. Now, for the people that don't know who this is, I don't know who this is either. Apparently, it's got something to do with like cartel. They call this dude like El Mini 6 or some shit. Apparently, he's like a 15-year-old like assassin or whatever the hell he is. I'm hip to it. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna watch this shit. So tune in if y'all new to the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, do all them type of things. I'm about to be improving on my channel, so when y'all see new stuff, just know I'm just trying to intervene with certain shit, just trying to do new shit. So with that being said, we about to go ahead and go start this video. And drink some water too.
Hey guys, it's good to see you again. Hope all of you are having a good day, and I thank you for coming back to our channel. We have yet another amazing video for you guys today. In this video, we will be talking about the life of a boy who became an assassin for the Sinaloa cartel at the age of 15. He became a legend after what he had done, and his name is still sung in the streets of Mexico. I know I got your interest piqued. Well, let's get right on to the video. This video will teach you why you should stay in school. Oh, and a reminder that if you find the video interesting, please consider giving it a like and do subscribe to the channel too. Cesar Raul Meza Torres is not your ordinary neighborhood kid. He's more commonly known by his alias El Mini 6, a strange name, right? Well, it will make sense when you find out that Raul Meza Torres is actually the son of Raul Meza Ontiveros, or also called LM6, who was one of the top leaders of the Sinaloa cartel. Meza Torres was born in Culiacan, in the Mexican state of Sinaloa, on 31st October 1991. As mentioned earlier, his father is Raul Meza Ontiveros, a Sinaloa cartel leader, and his mother Elizabeth Torres Felix. His mother was also the sister of Javier Torres Felix, commonly referred to as LJT, and Manuel Torres Felix, or also called as LM1. The brothers also worked alongside Meza Torres' father. Being in an environment surrounded by narco family members had to have its own effects, right? Like the background of most of the cartel members, Meza Torres' life also revolved around family members getting killed or arrested, frequent police raids, luxuries, and firearms. But unlike many of the stories of cartel members, in the case of Meza Torres, something which makes him stand out from the rest of the group is his death at the age of 18. Yes, Raul Meza Torres died at the age of 18 in a heated police shootout. So to be this famous even when he died at the age of 18 means that this guy is out of the ordinary, right? As said before, being the son of a wanted cartel leader had its own effect. At a young age, he was immediately inspired by his father and wanted to follow his footsteps. His aspirations for his father led him to join the cartel at the age of 15. He was doing criminal activities before joining the cartel too. He got involved in organized crime with the cartel members, and little Meza Torres never knew that his life in the cartel would lead to his death 3 years later. Meza Torres was one of the cartel's youngest assassins. You guys know how influential social media can be on children, especially teenagers, right? Meza Torres was also an active user of social media, but while the rest of his friends posted pictures of their day-to-day activities, he posted pictures of him holding firearms and engaging in other luxuries. Photos of little Meza Torres holding big firearms that can barely fit in his arms became famous. This made a considerable impact among his friends, and he was highly respected. His Facebook posts are full of his friends' comments saying how he would become great like his father one day. He became popular, and his image influenced young Mexican boys to join the cartels and become organized hitmen. On March 27, 2007, Meza Torres lost the one he aspired to become. His father was killed in a shootout by rival cartel members. The day was a devastating blow to the life of 16-year-old Meza Torres. You would think he would have understood the consequences of being a cartel member from his father's death, but he didn't change. He was still involved with the cartels, doing their dirty work. A few months after his father was killed, on October 9, Meza Torres had his first encounter with the law enforcement. He was pulled over by law enforcement for driving an armored vehicle that had no license plates. He was arrested while driving the vehicle in Las Quintas neighborhood of Culiacan. He also didn't have any paperwork that proved he was the owner of the vehicle. He was a minor at the time, and he was with two of his friends, Brian Raul Rodriguez Verdugo and Jesus Arley Perez. both of whom were also minors. Meza Torres might have not realized then that this would be the last time he would have an encounter with the police. Legal trouble did not end with his arrest in October 2007. 2 years later, on 19th June 2009, a drag race was held in the region of Las Quintas. When the traffic police showed up in the event, they arrived at the scene and ordered the vehicles to stop. The situation turned upside down when the individuals present there retaliated by shooting at the officers. Several gunmen got off from the vehicles to push back the police. This resulted in a shootout between the police officers and the assailants. They fled the scene later and abandoned one of the vehicles, which was used in the race. The authorities, which came later to investigate the scene, found out that the abandoned vehicle was actually owned by none other than Meza Torres. They also found a license plate inside the vehicle, which corresponded to one which was reported as stolen. The event had a severe impact as one officer got injured in the shootout, and they discovered different types of ammunition from the scene. One type of ammunition discovered from the scene, the 5.7 by 28 caliber cartridges, were actually for a weapon commonly known as police killer. One could say that this was a kind of last warning for Meza Torres to not get into trouble with the police. Even with the two incidents with the police, it's safe to say that Meza Torres did not learn his lesson on the fateful day of 25th April 2010. None would have imagined that it would be Meza Torres' last day on Earth. It all began in the early hours of that morning when police officers patrolling in the Las Aguilas neighborhood in Zapopan, Jalisco, found a suspicious vehicle in the intersection between Avenida 18 de Marzo Streets and Sierra Tapalpa. Meza Torres and his friend, Fidel Rojas Felix, who was 22 at the time, were inside the car. The officers ordered them to stop for a routine checkup. Meza Torres was already holding his pistol, a Colt Commander 9mm, from the moment he saw the police coming up to him. Both him and his friend raised their pistols and shot straight up at the sky as a warning to the police not to go near them. Officer Jaime Vicente Morales Dominguez and his partner, Jose Luis Monroy, asked both of them to calm down and to turn themselves in. But in the moment, Meza Torres did something which became the final nail in his coffin. He shot Vicente Morales directly in the head. He died instantly. Officer Monroy was also shot 3 times, and he suffered gunshot injuries to his arm, thorax, and legs. Meza Torres had thought that he had finally escaped, but fate planned otherwise. Official police reports state that Officer Monroy replied to their aggression by fatally shooting Meza Torres. Seeing his friend being shot, Rojas Felix tried to flee from the scene, but was caught by other police officers from a nearby rooftop. Jose Luis Monroy only realized that the person he shot was the son of Ruiz Meza Ontiveros, and not only that, a subordinate of Ismael Zambada Garcia and Ignacio Nacho Coronel Villarreal. The report also says that Rojas Felix shot at Luis Monroy, who killed his companion. When Rojas Felix was interrogated later, he denied having any link with Meza Torres or the cartel. He also said that they were transporting weapons, which were owned by Ignacio Nacho Coronel Villarreal. When he was produced in court, he said that Meza Torres was the only one who shot both officers, and he denied having any involvement, and the police framed him by planting his fingerprints. Meza Torres' autopsy report confirmed that the gunshot wound and also multiple injuries in his head were caused by a blunt object in his body. His body was handed over to his family, and they held a wake for him. On April 29, 2010, he was buried in a silver casket. The tragedy of 18-year-old Cesar Raul Meza Torres spread everywhere. His legacy was also immortalized by narco-corrido songs composed by different musicians. He had already 2 songs written about him while he was alive, one by a longtime friend of his, Jesus Arley Perez. They described his criminal life, his love for firearms, and much more. After his death, many narco-corridos about his life and death were written, and they achieved fame too. Even though Meza Torres is no longer alive today, people will always remember his story and how he died. So, what do you guys think about him? Is his death deserved? Or do you guys think he was just a kid? What happened to Cesar Raul Meza Torres is a prime example of the effect caused by cartels. They lure in individuals even at a young age, promising a life of money and status, only to be used as pawns in the end. The cartel plague that sweeps over Mexico even now always creates an uncertain future for the new generation. That's today's video, folks. Hope you guys liked it. Please tell us what you think about the life of Cesar Raul Meza Torres in the comments. Remember to give the video a like if you loved it. Subscribing to the channel helps us a lot as it inspires us to create more content like this. So, remember kids, stay in school. We will be back another day with another video, folks.
Man, so based off this video, bruh, like, that just proves to y'all, like, the internet, bruh, can really manipulate somebody, especially when they're young and they ain't really don't know what life is really about. And I ain't trying to really tell y'all about how life is, but that just shows y'all life is short. I mean, from the video, what it says is literally says sad and short life of this boy. Like, he was 15 years old. That mean he had to be around this shit before then. The shit runs deep. Nobody ain't about to just join no cartel at the age of 15. You go through like life decisions that you have to make on your own, especially when you don't got peers and like mentors around you to like not educate you but also mentor you. He ain't had no mentor. Like, his dad was his mentor, you feel me? Like, his dad was literally a, not no drug lord, but he was basically a cartel leader or something like that, you feel me? They took his dad out. All that did was enrage him even more. That just caused more rage. It's sad. He said at the end, do you think he deserved it? I mean, honestly, shit happens. And I'm not gonna sit here and go with the whole did he deserve it or anything, because it's like shit happens, man. Like, when you young and you get manipulated to do certain shit, and I ain't saying he was or wasn't, but when you young, bro, like, it's so easy to manipulate kids. It's all about the youth at the end of the day. It starts with the youth, if y'all ever heard that saying. So like, hopefully y'all intake some good situations out of this, and just think about y'all situation before y'all try to commit to anything, because you don't know what your outcome would be. He died at the age of 18. He didn't even get to see the age of 21, y'all. You hear a lot about people dying at the age before 21 and before 20. That's happening. Like, it's regular to see a kid die. Like, that's so unfortunate. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. Let me know in the comments and shit what y'all think about this. But with that being said, please like, subscribe, and I'm out this bitch till next time. Gang gang. Inside